Hello and welcome back to what is going to be, welcome to what is going to be a very special episode tonight on We Are Tottenham TV, Henry Talks Football, man like Hugh Wizzy and my channel, The Football Terrace. Loads to talk about. Mohamed Kudus is about to be announced as a brand new Tottenham player. There's been a here we go for Gibbs White today. Spurs are on a madness. We're talking Arsenal and their pursuit of Rodrigo, as it appears Trossard might be on his way out of Arsenal. We're probably going to banter Man United. Well, they're going to banter Man United tonight. I'm probably going to take a little bit of stick. There's no doubt about it. But hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. And a big shout out to our title sponsors tonight, Match Bingo. We're playing a very special game of darts a little bit later. So if you want to get involved with that, make sure you stay with us tonight. But hit like buttons. Make sure you are subscribing. It's going to be Ben and Hugh that play each other at darts as well. But you can sign up now to play Match Bingo. And if you click on our links in all of our descriptions, and you sign up to play in the Club World Cup, not only do you go into a prize draw, a special game, a private game where you can win £350, one of you will win a mystery shirt from Mystery Jersey King. So get yourself signed up right now. Before that, hit like buttons, make sure you're subscribing. But gentlemen, good evening to each and every single one. Oh, you're all well and good. Oh, we need the water tonight. We need the water tonight.
Good evening, Terry. We are live and pre-recorded. We are in the building, ready, looking at what looks to be a Tottenham announcement any minute. Now, Kudus, top quality, exciting, I've got to say. It's a big move for a small club. I'll tell you that.
All right, mate. Where's your European trophy?
What, cup winners? What we did? Let's not start too early.
Just saying, where's your European trophy? Just saying, where is it? If you can point me out to it, that'd be great.
Are we counting Cup Winners' Cup, or are we? Is that
how long ago?
Yeah, no, you didn't specify. You didn't specify how long ago it was.
Kudus is coming in, a player that you probably would take. No.
Yeah, personally, I would have been interested, but you know, he hasn't had the best year. Let's be fair.
Yeah, but West Ham haven't collectively.
Yeah.
Two different managers. They've been poor. Last year, he had one of his best individual seasons.
I would have liked Kudus. Yeah, it's
playing a 10.
Yeah, it's a good one. You're going to be playing a few 10s this year, so you're going to need him.
White as well.
Yeah, I'm not as excited about that, if I'm honest. I think he's a very Tottenham player, actually. It's a very Tottenham signing.
He was nominated for PFA Player of the Year this year.
Yeah, that's right. Mate, I don't know what you're talking about with all that, but very Tottenham signing. Yeah, he'll work really hard. He's slightly overrated for me, and Forest are getting the better side of that deal.
I would say 15 goal contributions last year, 15 the year before, 12 the year before that. This guy's top quality.
City
player.
wanted him as well, so he can't be that bad.
I don't know about the truth of that. If they wanted him, they would have got him.
No, it's true. They did.
They didn't want to pay the release clause.
Gibbs White, I would say, yeah, he's a Tottenham player. He's a very Tottenham player.
Yeah, okay, break it down. A Tottenham player, what does that mean?
Bang average.
So it's mad the way you can ask.
Ceiling. It started early. Not yet. But Gibbs White is a Tottenham player.
We know that. Soon, Madueke to Arsenal, 50 million. Relax. How are you feeling about that?
Relax. I don't know. Hopefully, the £50 million bid, which has been rejected, is as high as we'll go.
Is that mad though? £50 million bid
Madueke. It's crazy. It's actually insane. No, look, he's getting a lot of stick, and you know he's not as bad as I think people are making out. But for that price, it's a big money deal.
You're talking about trying to get players to push you on to win the league. Madueke ain't that.
It depends. Actually, I think there is a case. There's a 20%. There's a 20% case for that where I'm saying no, because squad depth is just as important if we bring in the other signings. So if we get the top talent that we're expecting, like the Gyökereses, perhaps a Rodrigo, Eze, whatever type of, you know. On top of that, I'd say it's actually quite good.
Yeah.
On that, we're going to come back to that in a minute, but I think it's just been announced by Tottenham Hotspur officially that Mohamed Kudus is a Spurs player. I think we're going to take a look at that announcement.
Who's got a stall for me? Who's got a stall?
Wow.
Let's see what he's saying.
Can we play that?
No. That would definitely get our channels taken down. There will be copyright on that one.
I actually can't believe this transfer is happening.
Listen, I'll say this now as a rival of Tottenham's. One, you're getting him off West Ham for about 50 million cheaper than they were quoting a year ago. It's wound up your one of your biggest rivals. Well, you're their biggest rival.
Look at this announcement. This is
the
class.
Announcement's good, but Mohamed Kudus, I'm telling you this now, viewers, I mean this. This man is going to kill it. Ignore the output for last year, and I'm an outputs guy.
Is he number 20? Did that say?
It's number 20, yeah. And they're dubbing him as Starboy as well.
I'm just saying this, right?
So he was 20 at Ajax.
Yeah.
And I think he's been 20 for his international team as well, Ghana.
I want to say this now, genuinely. forget the numbers for last year, and I'm an outputs guy. He got bored of playing for West Ham. He got disillusioned. I think he's going to kill it, not just at Tottenham, but under Thomas Frank. It's going to give you so much more balance. This, for rivals, is a horrible signing with a Tottenham.
Star boy they've just put there.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
That's a wind-up good, isn't it?
Bit unnecessary.
You look at what Mohamed Kudus is going to bring. He's going to get the ball down on deck. He's going to charge at players. He's got unbelievable dribbling ability, unbelievable take-on ability, and it's something that Spurs haven't had for so long. Literally since the days of like Gareth Bale, you know, we haven't had that sort of ability on the wing. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Gareth Bale, don't get me wrong, but that kind of ability on our wing where he's just going to ferociously take on his man over and over
again.
Sort of
signing like surprise you?
It does massively. Because I thought the days of us taking West Ham's players were done. I really thought
we
it was
haven't
done.
signed one of their players in over a decade.
14 years. Scott Parker was the last one.
That was the same window we got Adebayor, wasn't it?
Potentially, but I mean, we've got Scott Parker, Defoe, Carrick, Canute.
Is he actually going to play on the wing?
Yeah, he'll be on the right wing, I reckon.
Okay.
They'll be competing with each other, but yeah, I think Kudus will be number one.
He'll move Johnson onto the left.
You reckon?
Kudus can't play on the left. West Ham tried that and it was disastrous.
But you know, you're looking at the left now. You've got Matisse Tell, you've got Heung-min Son, you've got Odebear as well, who's natural on the left.
And you've got the young career, I can't remember the Korean's name.
Yang Min Hyuk.
Yeah, we've got wingers for more wings.
You've got that. But Gibbs White's coming in too. That's going to happen. He's obviously going to play centrally for you. So but what I think's dangerous about him and Kudus for Spurs, and I mean dangerous from our perspective as rivals, is Gibbs White is so technically gifted that drifting out into those right-hand areas, he's going to be comfortable in it. So the fact that him and Kudus can be very flexible, can be very fluid in the way they play, that's a nasty combination. And I do think that your club is buying players to make the transitional game of Thomas Frank work. Also, more power, more speed, more output.
This isn't Tottenham as well. Like, what is going on? This is not Tottenham. This is not the Tottenham I know.
In 24 hours.
18, 19-year-olds we've been signing over the last couple of years. We're actually buying Premier League proven quality players. Gibbs White, who's been there, done it the last 2 or 3 years. Kudus, no, he didn't have a great season last year, but the season before that he was brilliant. We all know the quality that he has. I think these are the signings that we need to push us on to that next level.
Big G here says, is it enough to improve on 17th?
Just a little bit, yeah. We all know 17th was the anomaly. It's not going to happen again.
You made this claim earlier on my channel, and I want to put this out to you guys, and of course to you, the audiences of all the channels that we're live on tonight. Henry Wright said after these two signings,
and the DM.
And no, because you said this before Wharton was mentioned. Your words were.
I did kind of caveat with the Brighton.
Oh, he's backing down. See, there's no chest there.
I'll say it. With a proper DM signing, a Belieber or an Adam Wharton, Tottenham should be in the top 4.
Clueless.
With a Belieber or
how is it? We were 5th.
I love the hope. I love the hope.
Who are we finishing above?
Well, I think as of right now with the signings, this team is stronger than Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
I think there's not a huge amount of difference between us and Newcastle.
Okay.
They've got Isak, granted.
But there's still 4 teams ahead of us.
Yeah, but 5th will probably get Champions League again next season. So why can't we get
top 4?
But okay.
You're already slipping out of your own prediction.
We'll get Champions League. We'll get Champions League. 100%.
If
you bring in a proper DM, a Believer or a Wharton, we'll get.
Clip it out.
Fifth for sure.
So why do you think it's delusional here?
They came 17th. Like, all of this gas is based off the European run, which they were playing mostly second-rate, if not third-rate sides. So you can invest a lot of money, but you've got a new manager, new ideas, whole host of transitions that have to take place for this to work at all. Never mind, they're lucky and hit the ground running with other top 4 sides who've also been adding. Liverpool are much stronger, City looks stronger, Arsenal will be stronger, Chelsea are stronger, Newcastle are stronger. You're not getting in the top 5, let alone top 4.
So how did Forest do it last year? They went from 17th to 7th.
You're doing anomalies again. If you want to do anomalies, you were 17th.
17th was a one-off season. That is not
with a
happening
manager
again.
that literally we were like Bonnie Blue, mate. We were just open, getting rammed every week.
And the idea with Thomas Frank,
running through us.
And the idea with Thomas Frank is that you're going to be
on the bed like a bag of scraps.
I've heard Henry Wright's into that.
Honestly,
he's definitely into
we were just laying there getting smashed each week.
I heard about Prague.
Oh right, yeah. Now we've actually got a manager who. Our best performances this season have been when we counter-attacked. The Europa League final we counter-attacked. Now we're bringing in arguably the best counter-attacking manager in the league.
I mean, if your argument or your defence is actually shouting about your performance against Manchester United...
We won us a trophy, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's sort of the point, isn't it? You're 2 absolute bums who don't deserve to be there fighting it out for you know,
we can go
for a
from
bit of
5th
relevance.
to 17th. We can go from 17th to 5th.
I doubt it.
We can. Why
Arsenal
not?
News here says Uncle Fester is gassed. And that is you. It's nice.
I don't think that is a delusional take. This team was 5th on Ange's first season, right? We've brought in a manager who's actually... We're not going to see Romero and Van der Ven doing 80-yard sprints every game. We shouldn't, fingers crossed, have an injury crisis like that because we're not going to be playing gung-ho football. Right, Thomas Frank got Brentford finishing where? 8th. He's coming into a better team with better players. Granted, we have got to play 2-3 games a week. So that's going to be...
You're confident Tottenham are better than Brentford, then?
Yeah.
My only issue with what you're saying.
Well, they've just lost
That's rubbish, man. I'd say Tottenham are not better than Brentford.
No.
How? Why?
Because you're basing it off the European success. I get it. You're gassed.
Well,
I
we've
love
got a
that
better
for you.
squad than them.
I love that for you.
What
But
are you
let's be
talking
realistic.
about?
How many of their
The
players?
38-game
Brentford
Premier
finished-
League season is how we effectively judge how good a team is.
Brentford
And
have
your
finished
team right
above us
now
once
are
in their
nearly
history.
not deserving of being in the Prem.
How many Brentford
Yeah?
players get in our team? Boymo's gone and Weiss is going to join Forest. So you can't say those. Who gets in our
Can't
team?
say those. Wait.
Well, they're pretty much done deals, aren't they?
I'll say Damsgaard gets in your team.
Over
Ahead of who?
over who? Over Gibbs White or Madison?
Yeah, I'll take him over Gibbs White right now. Yeah, he's quite reliable.
No, you
Yeah.
wouldn't.
I would. I would have
Nah,
taken
you're
Norgard as
talking
well.
rubbish.
I would have taken Norgard as well.
You're going fishing today, mate. You're going
got a
absolute
couple of
fishing.
bites.
I don't agree with
Congratulations.
you entirely, right? I don't agree with you entirely. I think Spurs they're nowhere near the 17th worst squad in the league last year. What I will say about you, though, Henry.
Here we go.
And it's fair to call you out for this. You're making half a statement. It's we will be top 4. Who are you finishing ahead of? I don't know. Like,
Okay,
you've got
all hope.
we'll be top 5. Top 5. But I'll put my absolute
you're
heart
not-
on
okay.
we will be the 5th best team in the league next season.
So you're not but you're not confident of finishing ahead of Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, or City.
No, but
Newcastle.
I am confident in finishing ahead of Newcastle and Villa. And they're the biggest threats to the top 4.
That is fair. Viewers, look, let us know what you think. Let us know what you feel in the comment sections below in the live chat. Make sure the like buttons have been hit.
I understand that's unreasonable. Like, just you might have a drop off. If you're signing Madueke.
Look, we've been the most consistent team in the Premier League for 3 years now, so we're due a drop-off, really, but let's hope that we can go again.
What a trophy,
Once
Drew.
more.
What a trophy, mate. What a trophy.
Oh, here we go.
Honestly, what do you make of the Madueke links? Because Arsenal fans, even... Listen, I'm big up my brother Igal, who is the most die-hard positive, will always look for the silver lining in any situation. Even he has lost his
deluded,
mind.
mate.
No, leave Igal alone, he's lovely. But how are you feeling about those links? Because they're real, you've bid around 50 million, and it does sound like you're going to go for him again. Like, how are you feeling? Break it down for us, Hugh. And
Yes,
don't throw those darts at me for asking the question.
It's not something that I ever thought that I'd be talking about, but the reality is we bid a lot of money, which means we look serious, and look, it looks like another amazing deal for Chelsea. You get rid of a player they don't really want, seems to have an attitude problem and hasn't been that good. They also get more money than they paid for him. For Arsenal, it is potential of squad depth. I think it's way too much money, almost double the price that it should be, and the bid that I think was too much money has been rejected, so they actually want more. However, we do need backup and sort of, some help or / competition for Saka. He's versatile, can play on the left or the right. I'm not his biggest fan, I won't lie to you, but I don't make the decisions around here. And, if we are to bring in the likes of Eze, Gyökeres and some other top talent, it sort of makes it less of a significant outlay, especially when Champions League money is ridiculous now, and I think the tactic for a lot of clubs is going to be go super big and try and stretch that gap that you're so keen to close, because TV money is one thing, but the new Champions League money / preparing for the next FIFA Club World Cup, which Chelsea have shown is hugely lucrative.
Yeah.
It's a good decision maybe in terms of the investment made to just splash now and just increase that gap a little bit. The disparity will grow, and it may not look
But I
like
think what's
big a
happening with that,
mistake.
Hugh, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, a lot of players now, whether it's good buyout clauses like Cunha, or whether it's players just refusing to sign new contracts and updates, players are now getting out of clubs for that between that 50 to sort of 70 million mark, where you look at Kudus 2 years ago and teams are going, oh, he looks good. It was 100 million, everyone was going no and walking away. I do think now the players are going to make it harder for that mid block of teams that are normally between sort of 7th and 15th I think they're going to struggle now to hold on to their better players for as long as they've been able to in the last decade. Because the player, Spurs went through this period where you just kept on renewing the contracts every 18 months. And it made it impossible. Made it impossible for people to buy them at their pomp. Yeah. I think players now, with the money they make outside of football as well, I think they're just going to refuse. A lot of them will start refusing those deals because a lot of, Harry Kane's maybe the biggest example. He was priced out of a move to a giant club probably 4 or 5 years too late. So I think there's a great chance that the richer clubs, as you say, they start. This summer feels like more an old-fashioned Premier League summer, where the bigger teams are picking off all the available top talent from the sides below them.
So long though, have we? We haven't seen it. You look at Bournemouth, you look at Brentford, you look at Brighton, you look at all these teams that again, all their players stripped bare at the moment. It's mad. You look at Brentford. 5 of their coaches gone, their manager's gone, Mbuemo's potentially gone, their captain's gone to Arsenal, Norgard, potentially Wissa as well.
Went, didn't he?
What's going to be left?
Flecken went as well, didn't he? Didn't he go to
Flecken went as well, yeah.
Somewhere in the Bundesliga. Just shows the strength of the Premier League, doesn't it?
No, it certainly does. It's certainly Madueke. I'll try to be as neutral as I can be, but I think at the price.
Who's going to ask the question though? What is going on between Arsenal and Chelsea? What is going on between Arsenal and Chelsea?
Yeah, what do they have on you?
They're both American owners, so there is a question mark as to what is going on behind the scenes, but I actually don't know. It's baffling and it's incredibly frustrating to be linked with no one else but Chelsea players half the time.
It's every season, though. Every season you buy at least one.
Did you question?
Yeah, the mad thing as well is it's like, there are thrift shops and then there are thrift shops. Some, if you go to a place, I don't know, like Notting Hill, you pay more than you would pay new for the item in the shop. Yeah? That seems to be what we're doing here. We can't get bargains, and we're paying more than we would expect to for, trash. However, look, I don't want to rubbish Madueke completely. He has just got into England set up. There is something there. Maybe, it's just the wrong environment for the kid at Chelsea.
Maybe.
It's a big maybe, though.
Maybe. Maybe.
What's more likely, in your opinion, Hugh? Madueke being a hit at Arsenal or Spurs making the top 4 next year?
Oh, Madueke for sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, we have a super chat. Sorry,
the thing is, right, he is a £50 million minimum at this rate signing for Arsenal. Let's just say it gets done, probably 55 plus. That to me indicates that we're probably going to play him.
Yeah,
he's going to play. He's not going to be just sat on the bench.
Wing? He's not really a left winger, though, is he?
He can do. He has been playing. He has been playing there on the left recently for Chelsea. I don't rate him from the left. I don't rate him from there, but it's an option, and it would make the fee make sense because right now I'm struggling with it.
But that means if you're going to play him on the left, then clearly you're not going to go and sign Rodrigo.
Again, the maths might not be mathing. However, players are leaving. Trossard is leaving a gap. That is going to have to be filled by someone. Martinelli can't do it all himself. There's talk about him being rumoured to be linked to other places as well. So
would you be
we'll
upset
see.
if either of those left? Like, would you?
Depends on the price. Depends on the price.
I can see Martinelli going to buy.
If the money's good enough, I wouldn't say no. Yeah.
Well, there's rumours tonight that Trossard could be on his way out.
Fenerbahce are coming in.
Yeah. Wow. Jose Mourinho.
Trying to create a title-winning side.
There's rumours Basuma's going there as well.
Okay.
He's trying to create that sort of
team. Would you be happy to see Trossard go? Or do you think that'd be a miss to you?
I mean, Trossard's a better footballer than Madueke likely will ever be. I'll say that much. However, he is getting on a little bit, and he does struggle to have as much impact from the bench as I think he used to. So, yeah, he's not flavour of the month anymore. He was quite a sort of, I wouldn't say a bargain, but it was a good find. And, he's got...
It's been a good sign.
He's got good quality on the ball. I've never had a problem with him. He's done his bit for about 30-odd million, I think it was. So, can't really argue with it.
Do Arsenal need to win the league next year to keep Arteta in a job?
They definitely need to win something, yeah, for sure, 100%. Premier or Champions League for me, yeah.
Without a doubt, I'm sure we're going to get onto Rodrigo in a little bit later in the show on that. There's a super chat here from Foolish Snipers. It says, Bowley has got compromising pics of all these billionaire football owners in his locker. Why is every club making him such deals? There's a very famous case that's just been settled, actually, or put to bed in America that sounds like you're alluding to. I'm not even sure if YouTube takes you down for mentioning his name, so we won't mention it. But everyone has done it. I mean, Man United spending £60-odd million on Mount. It was just a crazy bit of business. No Man United fan wanted it. Nobody thought it was worth it. But yet the owners still thought, I know, we'll help Chelsea out. And Chelsea fair play to Chelsea for getting the business done. But they've been helped out a lot in the last 3 or 4 years when they've had some financial difficulties by a number of clubs going in and giving big money for not their stars, really and truly. You know, so Chelsea have become excellent. I think Chelsea are the highest paid club in the world in the last 5 years through sales. I think it ranges up at 800 million euros.
Is that just through player sales, or does that include selling a women's club and
no, that's
hotels
player sales,
and whatnot?
That's player sales. If you include that, it's like 1.2 billion.
Yeah, they're jumping through loopholes. You know, I question how he's doing it, but it's clearly working for them, especially when trying to shift off unwanted goods to Arsenal, for sure.
Yeah, well, everyone was saying, "Oh, this guy's clueless, doesn't know what he's doing" for so long, and now it seems to be all coming together finally.
They look like they are. I know the FIFA Club World Cup sort of rose tints it, but they look like they are making progress. Man. Their squad is coming together nicely. João Pedro is a good addition. They've got competition up front and wingers to spare.
Do you think they could be title challengers this year?
No.
I reckon that's a stretch too far. They're all quite young, but it's definitely going in the right direction.
And a couple of big experienced signings, don't know if they're going to do that. But I think
that's what they're lacking, isn't it? Really, like experienced heads. They're all
They've
kids.
got brilliant
They need a
midfield.
proper-
Like Caicedo's like one, if not apart from Rodrigo, the best CDM in the league. You know what I mean? They've got proper quality there. I think they just need a few like maybe centre backs
and a
to
goalkeeper.
strengthen up.
They
Yeah,
need
definitely a
world-class
goalkeeper.
'cause
Definitely a
Sanchez
goalkeeper.
might have had some good performances in the Club World Cup, but I've seen him throw the ball into his net about 30 times.
And I think Liam Delap's going to make a massive impact for them next season as well. He is a quality
That
striker.
was a steal, that one.
Yeah.
What was it, 30
million?
Yeah.
Yeah, João Pedro's looked good as well. I think that
One game, and he was incredible.
it was
a good finish.
And there's just, you know, sometimes we've all probably seen this at our clubs. All remember the different players when someone just seems to have the bit between their teeth. There's a hunger. There's this desire to prove himself at that level, and he left nothing. He went out there, gave his all, and it's 2 bangers. Let's see how he does, but I've just got this gut feeling he's going to end up being a really big player. Look, viewers, we're going to have some more transfer talk a little later in the show, but courtesy of Match Bingo, who are one of the... Listen, Match Bingo, whether it's football, whether it's darts, it's one of the best in-game games that you can play. And we spoke about Match Bingo before during football matches. They've got some great stuff coming up on the darts scene as well. But we're playing a little game tonight, and it is going to be Ben here versus Hugh Wizzy in a game of 501. If you don't know what that is, it's the first player to go from 501 to 0. We're outing on doubles, right?
Yep.
We're doing outing on doubles. So they're playing each other at darts. We're going to be commentating on that. So we want you.
North London derby of
It's a
darts.
North London derby of darts, and we want you to obviously join us and stay with us. When this
Coming to Arsenal!
we're going to be talking some more transfers. We're talking Rodrigo. We're talking about Manchester United. Plus, looking at your super chats and comments as well. I want a big shout out to Match Bingo, and if you join up and sign up tonight, you get entered via the link below. You get entered into a private game for the Club World Cup final, where you can win a grand total of £350 if your bingo cards come in. Plus, everybody will go into the prize draw to win a mystery shirt from Mystery Jersey King. Now, yeah, this is one in here. This is actually mine tonight. We're going to open this as well to see what they're like, right? So we see what we got. Right, let's see. Oh, messed that up.
I like it.
You got to guess the league first.
I can read it. Oh, that's a nice colour.
That is unbelievable.
That is very nice.
You get one guess at the league.
Can you name the club?
One guess at the league.
Can you name that
Go on.
club? This is a good one, lads. There is
have a guess at the
a
league.
connection. There is a connection with a London club. You're running out of hints.
I don't know.
Lions.
Rosloff.
We're just talking about one of the owners.
I don't know.
Holy.
But that's nice though. What's the back say?
Who is it?
What's
What
that?
club is
Oh,
it?
it's Strasbourg. Is that
Yeah,
what it is? I didn't know.
Strasbourg.
Look at that's a nice shirt though. I like that.
I was trying to pronounce it a stadium, but I wasn't.
I didn't know who that was, to be fair. But that's very, very nice. There,
Lovely,
that
that.
is my
a
new
nice
mystery
kit, that.
shirt. I'll
Yeah.
be putting that up in the studio, as you can see. But look at that bad boy. So everyone,
Nice shirt.
It is a very
It
nice
is
shirt. It's a
nice,
lovely
yeah.
colour, brand new. Smells new as well, so you know it hasn't been returned from a shop. I'm going to keep that, and actually I'll lay it here. I'll lay it here so people can see it. But yeah, everyone who enters tonight will go into the prize draw to win their own mystery shirt. Strasbourg Steve, if you're watching, I know you're going to love that, mate. So yes, the link's in the description below. Get yourself signed up. But boys, it's over to you for a little bit of darts courtesy of Match Bingo, and you're going to be able to watch them do this as well. This is going to be fun. I am a little worried
That we are
because
in
the
the firing
Oki
zone.
is just behind us. That's why I sat here. So hopefully, if it hits anyone in the head, it's going to be Henry right first. We'll obviously comment on your comments as well.
It's going to decide who goes first.
Oh, right, okay.
What are you going to do? Closest to the ball, yeah?
You go first.
Oh, what's this?
All right, no worries.
We just put in our scores.
Jesus, that's actually a really nice kit, that, isn't it?
It is a nice kit. It is a nice
I
kit.
hope whoever buys it is on. Obviously, it's a triple XL, so it's quite a big shirt. This, guys.
It is a big shirt because I'm a big boy.
I actually really like that.
I know. Shame I don't wear other club shirts, but because that's funding Chelsea, isn't it?
Right, what's the rules about
You just,
All right,
your
are we
feet
ready to
can't
go,
past-
boys?
Your feet can't go past
Yeah, that's the line for the. Right, here we go. Here we go. Hugh's up first. Let's see what he gets. So we've got who's doing the maths?
Pressure.
I've got it on here.
Ah, it's on.
Do you want to
Okay.
do it?
Yeah, of course
there.
it's
Yeah, Henry, you do the points.
All right.
Then you got to type numbers. 12. 20. 20. So what's that?
52, yeah.
Oh, well done, Henry. Well done, Henry.
I've broken the app.
20, 20, and what was the other one?
12, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, I've accidentally put 2.
Press the red button and press 12. No,
Oh, sorry.
12.
Right, Ben, you're up. 52 so far. Opening score. 4. 5.
20. Viewers, let us know who you think's
25.
let us know who you think's going to win. Let us know who you think is going to win. Hugh's taking an early lead here. He's taking an early lead.
It's quite a significant lead and all.
Treble 12.
No
Nothing.
score.
And a 5. Go on, do the maths.
41.
You put the whatever.
There we go. 41. No, is that true? The breaking news just come in here that Arsenal have added Chelsea forward Nico Jackson to their list of striker targets this summer.
I can't write.
I don't know if it's in the comment section. It's just in the comment section. I don't know if it's true. Can somebody let us know?
What was
I hope
the
you're
score?
trolling,
No
whoever
score,
that
wasn't it? And then it was 5.
What did you get?
41, yeah?
46.
What did you get? 36 and
What were
5?
the 3 you got?
36 and 5, 41.
Man, you're doing
You
the
got
maths.
41.
Yeah, it was 41. Yeah,
It's
right.
41.
You're up. If you're getting a bit of a spanking here.
Only one
He's
dart.
had one go.
Was that a troll? Is it a troll? It's not true. It's a troll. It's a troll that said that, Hugh. 13.
12, 5, 13.
12.
So that's 30.
Right, mate, you do the score.
No!
Mate, I've typed it in completely wrong because I've had you in my ear
Just
roll.
add up.
And now I've...
Just add up.
I was
Henry.
adding up.
Wow.
Is that treble 5?
Treble
15, 20, 40.
40. There we go. That was that.
I'll do the maths.
Very consistent throws there.
15, 21.
What was that? Jackson's going to who?
Nah, it's nonsense. It was a troll. It was a troll in the comment section.
Treble 5.
Up you go, Ben. Here we go.
AC Milan today have new contacts to try and
Oh, 12.
delve proper into financials
So we established whether
and
this was
obsessed with Jackson.
rumours or...
Yeah, it was a
Matty-
troll, it was a
who's
troll.
that? Is that Matt
12,
Moretto? It said what?
20.
AC Milan, what's it said there? AC Milan today had new contacts to try and...
Oh, okay, about getting Nico Jackson. That's from JC. I don't think JC's lying to us. Right, here goes Hugh. Ooh, 20.
Oh, mate, what we got? Littler in the flip it.
Double 20.
Double tops.
Oh, that was so close to it. There we go. What is that there? That's a 60.
Do I get to do
baby.
that again?
Hugh's on 310 and I'm on 40.
That's 40, 60.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're on
Hitting double tops.
Look at this.
Feel like I'm at the Ali Pally over here, Hugh, mate.
Yeah, relax.
Fabrizio here says, be attentive to Nico Jackson's situation at Chelsea because I'm hearing there is a possibility between Jackson and Chelsea part ways. That's big news for Chelsea fans.
I can see that happening, can't they?
So
They just got
Jackson-
Pedro. They just
so
got
Jackson is available.
1 and 8.
Yes. Top bowling him up, pull another lever.
Give me strength.
Mate, he's a Prem-proven number 9. That's what you want, though.
This is true. Come on here, Hugh. You're smashing this though.
I'm on 389.
Another double 20. Another 20.
61.
61.
Bloody hell.
You're getting close to a finish, mate. You're getting close to a finish.
Mate, you've been practicing at home, haven't you?
He has. But he practiced on the poker and that didn't do him any good.
Mate, if only you knew. Henry, I think, knows. I think I told Henry the truth. I'm pretty sure I told you.
Yeah, you did tell me, yeah.
What's the truth?
That was my first game of poker ever.
It was my first game at all.
Your fucking arms are so long, it's like reach the dartboard.
You're basically just dropping it on the board, aren't you?
Yeah, he's just putting it in.
Alright, go on.
I'd played online before, but
6.
it's very different because they tell you sort of what
7.
you do next.
8. Oh, Tottenham get
score.
battered everywhere they go.
Yeah, you are letting down the side here. I'm not gonna lie, mate.
But you won the final. You won the final.
Yeah.
You won the final.
I'm on 381. He's on 249.
Oh, what's that? 12, 5 and 26. 60 million for Jackson, please. Do you know what, DR? If Chelsea end up getting 60 million for Jackson, that is going to be crazy.
60 million?
That's just what he's asking for.
Hasn't he got like 40 years left on his contract though?
Oh, what's this? Germany reporting that Bayern Munich are going to make a £44 million offer for Liverpool.
What, for Diaz?
To Liverpool for Diaz, yeah.
So what's that in euros? That's going to be what, 50,
351.
53, 54 million euros? Mate, he's just hit a triple 20 and a triple 5.
That's not a treble 20.
Triple five, triple 1.
31.
Commentator's eye there.
Mate, honestly, you're absolutely flames here.
Hughes on
Mate, you got
192.
VAR on a dartboard.
Oh, this is an update as well. New contact regarding Marcus Oh, that's terrible. New contact between Marcus Rashford and Barcelona situation expected in the coming days.
Wow.
With
dream is back on.
Hansi Flick giving his approval for a possible. Come on, I hope that's true. We need some sales at Man United. 1, we need the money. 2, Man United fans need something to smile about. Double 1 for Hugh. 20.
He does look good in the kit, doesn't he?
Oh, and a 5. 27.
Osimhen deal is ongoing. Galatasaray work on guarantees with Napoli. That's crazy, isn't it? One of the best strikers in Europe to be playing in Turkey. Like, no disrespect to the Super League.
Turkey's a beautiful place to live, man.
Leon here says, Leon at Match Bingo says, Terry, have you heard that we are considering Vardy? What I will say about all those players, like the Vardys and everything else, they've been offered to Man United. Man United haven't reciprocated anything as of right now. So I'm not that worried at this particular moment. But as Staffy keeps telling me, I've got to stop worrying about the gimmicks.
Marseille going to looking at getting Aubameyang as a free agent. Would you say Aubameyang?
53.
Free agent as a striker?
Yeah, you're fucking battering me.
What about Calvert-Lewin?
No.
Aubameyang or Calvert-Lewin?
No.
DCL
I
or
want either.
Aubameyang?
I'd rather give an academy player a chance.
What about Obi Mine, whatever his name is?
Yeah. I'd rather give him a chance.
940.
You're on a finish here, Hugh.
On the darts.
You're on.
the darts.
Hugh's on a finish now, people. Hugh is on a finish.
I'm nowhere near a finish. I've got 100 left.
Well, of course.
That's fine.
Get-
Double tops and triple 20.
My top's 50.
You need treble 20, 20, and double 11. That's what it's saying. What's that?
Treble 12.
So what, man?
No idea.
Is that 9
So
or
what was
14?
the first one?
I can't tell from here.
14.
Yeah, 14 plus 36.
You need 50.
That's 50.
That's
52.
50. So you need 52. You can't finish on this, but don't hit a treble 20.
Nearly hit me through
Told me
it.
not to, so. What's that? 36.
Terry Romano reported 30 minutes ago Nico Jackson could be leaving. Yeah, we spoke about it, CFC Seb, and I think it's a dot on the cards he's going to go. The 2 red cards, the 2 strikers you've purchased, they're both much better than he is. You're going to sell him, you're going to recoup some more of that money, and I still think Chelsea have got another big midfield, forward, attacking kind of player up their sleeve. Up their sleeve this summer.
248.
Up their sleeve this summer. Wow. We're going to get onto that story a bit later. So we're going to come back to Rodrigo a little bit later in the show, people. So make sure you stay with us. Make sure you hit the like button. Hang on a sec. So you've got 35 to go.
30, so double 15.
You need a double 15 to out. Ben still needs loads.
This is where I make up my ground.
Come on then. Because the doubles can sometimes say, oh, triple 13. Lovely.
What you left with?
9. I can't see.
18. That's not a bad score.
I'm not going to do the quick math.
30.
9.
Come on, double 15, Hugh. Double 15, Hugh.
To wrap it up.
I'm on 180.
Oh, we nearly got it.
Oh, wait. Oh. No, wait. No. You see what I mean? Tottenham. He's giving me darts and no.
Where's the
You
flight?
fucking lost it.
Where's the flight gone?
No.
Where's the flight?
How have we lost that?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, right.
There we go. Does he gets the throw again?
Apparently, Fenerbahce have got an agreement in personal terms with Trossard.
Oh, one more go. Oh, we've got
Close.
2. So it's 51, 28. So you need doubles. 14. Yeah.
This is where
See that?
This is where it's a joke.
What's this one?
Fenerbahce have an agreement with Leandro Trossard on personal terms.
We'll come back to that story as well because I think that's massively connected to Rodrigo. So we're going to come back to that
20 and 12.
in a minute. Big up yourself, everyone who's watching. Thank you very much indeed. Look at some more of these comments here. Breaking news.
135.
Yeah, Hansi Flick has given the green light for Rashford.
90.
Come on, we need that to be
What do
true.
you reckon you're selling for?
I think it might be a loan this year, but with an obligation to buy. I think it'll be for around 40 million.
So that's going to be 100%. That's 100%
The
profit.
last one?
14.
14.
14.
14 plus 9.
23.
You're on 5. left.
5.
So I can't do it.
No, yeah,
You can hit a 1 and hit a
double
1
two.
and double 2. Yeah, yeah.
So that's going to be 100% profit, that Rashford.
One.
Yeah,
five.
true.
What you left with, Ben?
Too much.
1 and a double.
Double tops.
That's not bad.
20 and double 20.
So 60. You've got to finish now at least. But you have caught up now, Ben, because you can finish.
So you one
75.
bust.
Bust.
What does that mean?
That means
He's go.
You go now.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get more.
What a joke.
You're
That's the rules.
bust, mate. You're
That's the rules
bust.
of darts, mate.
You're
And if you end up in a madhouse, double 1, it's curtains basically.
What have we got here?
Double 1's my best shot.
You can do this then.
Oh. What is that? 12.
13. Oh, that'll do.
Oh,
We
that's
bust.
60.
60, 12 and 1. I think I'm bust.
No, you're not. What did you have? 61 and what?
One sec.
You got 75.
I'm on 2.
We're on 2. Double 1.
You're in a madhouse,
In a
mate.
madhouse.
You're in a madhouse.
5 and 2. So I need a
Right, don't worry, I'll be in the
one and a
doghouse when I
double
get back.
2.
So he's on a 5, I'm on a 2. One.
Double 2.
Double 2. Oh!
Oh, double 1.
Double 1 now. You're on double 1. You're not
madhouse.
bust.
You're in a madhouse as well.
You're both on double 1. Come on. Oh, bust.
Bust.
So you're back now. You're back now needing. What was he on?
5.
5. So you're back on 5. Yeah. Double 1 here for Ben. Can you do it? Fucking Jesus Christ! He broke his window.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, good effort.
That nearly went out the window. Some poor sod was who was walking past.
One did go out the window today.
Double 2. Double 2 for Hugh. Oh, 15 and bust. 15 and bust. It's easy when you're just sitting here, though, isn't it? It's me and you next week, boy.
No, we'll be alright,
In
mate.
a madhouse.
Wait.
Oh,
Thought that was flying in there.
Remember though, are you gonna let Spurs beat you, Hugh?
I'm really trying.
Here we go. So you're back on 5, aren't you? You're out. it's a double 20.
We might be here some time actually, thinking about this.
This can sometimes take hours for people to hit their doubles out. Oh, so close, so close. Should we just say it was in?
That's as close as you're going to get. Go on.
Just get into the flow state. Bye-bye. I wouldn't look next time. If you get it that close,
Fucking on the
if you get
thing.
it that close, just
Just
keep
go
throwing.
again,
I think
yeah.
because you need to get your arm in that flow. How is everyone, Terry? I think everyone is in a good mood. It's warm.
Since when were GB News breaking?
Oh, it's gone bust again. Yeah, GB News are pushing out transfer news. I heard someone else say earlier, like, why is the EDL getting involved in
Was it
football?
you, Ben, that said that earlier.
I think Sim.
Adam Wharton, eh? Bring him in, mate.
Bye-bye. Imagine you got that. I wouldn't like it. Terry, I see Chelsea still making marquee signings this window. We could be potentially losing 4 first-team players. You could, and I still think you're going to buy more. We're going to be talking Rodrigo after this game of darts, so you make sure you stay with us, people.
Mate. Mate.
No, he's on 5.
He's back on 5. He keeps getting bust. Just like an Arsenal season.
Like
Exactly.
it's a bit like
Full
a
of
title
hope.
race, that, isn't it,
Full
recently?
of hope.
Oh, that's close. Good night, Vienna.
We're getting so close here, man.
Yeah, can we not finish on doubles?
Could do closest to ball.
Yeah, we'll have a couple more goes and then we might do that. Bye-bye, you're out. Let's have one more go each and then maybe we do closest to ball. Yeah, we'll do closest to ball. So one more go each and then... That was very close. Right. So we're going to do closest to the ball. Yeah. One dart each. Closest to the ball wins. Here we go.
Penalty shootout. Oh, it's not a bad effort, that.
It's not bad. Come on, jam in.
Delivery, mate. Do a no look and just do it. No pressure.
Oh my God! It's the same. That's the same.
Yeah, you got to re-throw.
You got to re-throw it. It's exactly the same. How? Quality stuff.
For the bullseye.
For the bully. Oh, very good again, Hugh. Hey!
How have you?
Spurs bottle it again. Good game, gentlemen. Good game, gentlemen.
To the Arsenal. Now, to the Arsenal.
When's the last time you won a real trophy?
I want to thank Match Bingo for that. We're doing that every single week to see who comes out on top. I won at poker. I wonder how we're going to get on at this. Remember, you can win a mystery shirt if you sign up tonight and deposit on your account on Match Bingo when you enter into the private game for the Club World Cup final this forthcoming weekend. So you do have to be over the age of 18, as always. Make sure you do things responsibly, but get involved now. It's an amazing game. I love it during football matches. I love it during a little bit of darts as well. So get signed up, and a big shout out to Match Bingo. Now, before we broke to play the game, there was some. We were going to talk about Rodrigo, but there was some news that's just come out from Turkey that you showed a minute ago that Trossard has reportedly agreed personal terms with Fenerbahce. Also, a number of big reports today. One has said that Rodrigo doesn't want to leave Arsenal, but all the others are pretty much stating. Rodrigo doesn't want to leave Madrid. My apologies. But most of the other reports are very much saying that the club want him to go. He's not in Alonso's plans. He's available at the right money. It varies between 100 million euros down to about 80 million euros. But it does appear that Rodrigo is going to go. Arsenal have been seen as the kind of front runners from the media sense anyway so far this summer. How do we see his future panning out?
Rodrigo, I personally think Rodrigo will leave Madrid this season. Marca?
Marca.
The big Spanish news outlet said that Xabi Alonso had a meeting with him and he's open to leaving. Madrid are open to selling him. He's a left winger, and Madrid have got a big problem because I don't see this Mbappe-Vini Jr. partnership working. When Mbappe played his best performances, Vini was out, and vice versa. Rodrigo's a left winger, and he's had pretty much his whole career on the right. The second Club World Cup game when Madrid played, I think it was Juve, they were playing Jude Bellingham on the right. Rodrigo's only played something like less than 100 minutes in the Club World Cup, on the bench 5 times in a row. I think he will officially hand in a transfer request within the next few days, and then it's going to be a queue of clubs from Bayern, Liverpool, Chelsea will probably put their name in the hat. Arsenal, of course, need a left winger. Of course, Bayern tried to get Nico Williams. That didn't happen. Barcelona, of course, I don't think that will happen, but they're after a left winger, so this could all have a domino effect on players. But I know you said it on your channel the other night, and I do agree with it. Whoever signs Rodrigo out of the Arsenal-Liverpool situation, pretty much I think will win the Premier League. If Liverpool do it, I don't see anyone getting anywhere near them. But Hugh, Arsenal need Rodrigo. That's your statement sign, isn't it? I mean, if you can get him for 90 million euros, I mean, it's only 10 million pounds more than we paid for Gibbs White. I mean, you put it like that, it's a steal. Like 70 million pounds.
You've overpaid for Gibbs White.
Oh, it's a release clause, isn't it? But
yeah.
to my point,
I would say
you boys is.
He's a top signing. He'd be a top signing. I don't think it's make or break. No, I don't think it's that. No. I think it's more important that we get a striker. Personally, our marquee signing this season, I'm hoping, is Eze and a striker. I know that there are a lot of wishful thinking people out there who are hoping. For me, yeah, I'd like that personally. I think his link-up play with Saka, the fact that he's just so comfortable in the 8, the 10, he's capable of playing on the left if needed. They know each other. He's ready to go. He's a former Arsenal Academy product. I'm just it's a transfer that should happen for me. More so than the Rodrigo thing, which I think is like cherry on the top of a cake. It's an expensive cake, though, really, because if you're signing Gyökeres, You're signing the 50-odd, whatever it is, on mudryk. You got Zubimendi who's coming for 50. We're going to have to make some money back. Gyökeres isn't going to be cheaper than 70. Eze, you're talking 65 plus. So it's going to be over 330 million from what I've done the maths. Rough maths, okay? And I'm just not convinced that unless we sell players that's going to happen. It's not that I don't want it to happen. I'm just not really convinced it's going to happen unless sales happen.
I've heard some gooners say that they actually think Eze would do a better job than Rodrigo.
If it's a coin cost between the two, I'd say Eze all day long. Yeah, 100%. I've watched enough of Rodrigo to know that whilst he is being limited by his opportunities at Madrid, it's the overrated word is one I don't want to have to use, but there's no other way to put it when we're talking about these types of transfer fees. It's essentially a £100 million player, and for that money, you need to be coming in and hitting the ground running at 20 goals. He's never got 10 goals. He's in La Liga, more than 10 goals. So maybe he needs more opportunity, more time to just, like an Odegaard type of signing where you come in, you're loved, you get game time, and you can grow with the club. He's not really shown the full extent of his potential, I don't think, yet. So whoever gets him, you're right, it's a top move that will probably push you over the edge. But for Arsenal, money-wise, you're looking like we've got a lot of priorities that we need to get sorted. And whilst that might be one of them, I'm not convinced that we're going to get all of the signings included in that with the Eze, Gyökeres and whoever else. Madueke for 50 million probably puts a little bit of a dampener on that, if anything.
If he doesn't go to Arsenal, I don't know where else he goes. Maybe at Chelsea. If you take Madueke off their hands, can he fit in at Chelsea?
Yeah, I think Liverpool.
You know what? Liverpool is a good
really
shout.
He has got Bayern.
Especially if they don't get a striker, you would think maybe they'd be more open to it.
I think Gyökeres is nailed on, surely. They're saying 4 million is the gap or something like that. That's going to get done.
Gyökeres is going to happen. I mean, I'm not allowing myself to get sucked into the idea that it collapses and we have a chance again. I'm not doing it. It'll hurt too much again. But I think...
Did you believe, Terry?
No, always. There's always a little bit of belief. There's always... Do you know what? It was hard this summer, actually, with Arsenal because of the way Berta's operating. Berta is negotiating both deals at the same time. I don't think many people outside of Arsenal really knew which one they would advance on. There are still some reports that have said the only reason it's been Gyökeres is because the Šeško price didn't drop. That may be true, it might not be. So it was a difficult one to not feel a little bit hopeful in because there's always a chance Arsenal went for Šeško and then it was likely we'd get Gyökeres, so it's gutting that we haven't. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I think Rodrigo, I know he hasn't got all of the GA that people are asking for, but he's also been playing outside of his natural and desired position, and I think he's still done a very, very good job. I think that everything at Real Madrid for years has been built around get Mbappe the goals, get Vinicius the goals, and he's kind of been a supplement to that team as opposed to the main guy. So I do think he's someone that if he was to join an Arsenal, I think, especially on the left, I think he would flourish. But right now, with yourselves going for Madueke and going for Eze, I've got a sneaky feeling Liverpool might do something. And I never want to be insensitive on this subject because I weren't best friends with him or anything, but I knew Diogo and that situation is horrible. But they were already looking at another attacker or another striker, irrespective. With him no longer being there for his untimely passing, I think they're going to make another move and I think they're going to go big. And it looks like they're going to get around 40-50 million potentially for Diaz. Napoli look like they're going to go and buy Darwin Núñez, and they've already got loads of money left. They've already got money, Liverpool.
Elliot as well.
Elliot could go. So I still think, and maybe they'll go for a number 9 as well. A number 9. It could be Ekitike, it could be Šeško. I wouldn't sleep on Liverpool there. I wouldn't even write off City because I don't think Pep and I don't think Man City. I don't think they're convinced by their current wide players.
I think if Grealish goes, then maybe.
They've got Foden, Marmoush, Savinho, they've got Doku. Do they need another winger?
I think Liverpool makes the most sense.
But he's better. He's better than them.
I don't think he joins Chelsea because he's on 200k plus and it will just change their wage structure. Arsenal will pay the money and the wages.
I don't think Arsenal. I don't know if Arsenal will pay the money. I don't think they're going to go get a Gyökeres.
No, wage-wise. They'll pay his wages.
Liverpool I just can't see Rodrigo going to Arsenal. I just can't see it.
I think the Liverpool one, that story's got legs because Diaz apparently today has openly handed a transfer request in, and Max Abel, the German the Bayern Munich CEO has basically said that they want Diaz. They wanted Williams. They wanted Leao.
He's put in a transfer request, hasn't he?
Yeah, so if you can get 50 million, like how good are they at selling players, by the way?
Liverpool.
Well, they got 40 million for Kwanzaa.
This is
Did
one
they get like 40 million for Jordan
Yeah,
or something?
yeah. Did they?
I
know the books say that they did, but.
What do you mean?
Do you think Liverpool are cooking the books a bit?
Well,
Right,
I mean, it would make a lot of sense. Like the Florian Wirtz and Konsa deals both sort of work out for each other if we're talking about it like that. Yeah. I mean, I just don't see a world in which that's possible. Sorry, otherwise.
No. When you look at it like that.
What I would say about transfers, though, do you remember when Chelsea sold Eden Hazard? And I think it was down as, I'm going to say 100 million. It may have been a bit more. But do you remember that a few years later there was auditing done, I think at Real Madrid, and it turned out it was actually like 140, 150. And for whatever reason, that's still never really been put onto their, like, I don't often think, I think sometimes some players get sold for less than they're announced. I think some players, the media might inflate the price a little bit. Because clubs rarely announce exactly how much they paid for a player. And although your trading accounts are public, not all the information is public. If you go on someone's trading accounts on company's house, it doesn't give you all the granular detail. So,
if people are really interested in doing a little deep dive into what's going on that maybe we're not all privy to, have a look at Arta's career. Have a look at Arta's numbers. That's all I say.
What the old midfielder played for? Was it Barca?
Yeah, he played for Liverpool, Juve, Barca. He's played for a number of clubs who needed help.
One of the
fixing things.
One of the transfers that still always sticks out to me was when I think Chelsea bought David Luiz for about 35 million, flopped at Chelsea, sold him for 50 million to PSG, smashed it at PSG and came back to Chelsea for less than 50 million. And I always looked at that and thought, that seems backwards. If you buy someone 35 million, they flop, you typically sell them for less than you bought them.
Which is why Madueke doesn't make any sense at 55 plus.
See, maybe you're actually only playing 25. It's just Chelsea are saying it's that much to help with the books.
Potentially.
I mean, there is the potential for that.
Hope so.
Yeah. There's a few super chats here. This here from Beaker that says Chelsea's 2 billion spend means nothing. Select 22 men for competition. Squad used in competitions. Even Arsenal's squad is more valuable than Chelsea's 22 selected men. So Arteta still managed badly a more valuable, experienced squad than Maresca.
Why are you looking at me for that?
Well, you're an Arsenal fan. I didn't look at Henry.
I don't.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Or me.
So.
Yeah, some people call
Three
Henry an Arsenal fan.
Three Arsenal fans on this panel, mate.
Yeah.
Well, you an Arsenal fan as well?
I said Arsenal was scary a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
That's caught on that, isn't it?
You get called an Arsenal fan?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just objective.
Chelsea fan, Liverpool fan.
I can
United
take
fan.
Oh,
Newcastle
okay.
fan and get quite a lot as well.
Okay. I see what's happening. I see what's happening.
Whenever I praise City or Liverpool, I get called unbiased. It's kind of strange, that.
And then it's he's what is it, twerking for rivals?
Twerking for rivals.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Do you know my favourite thing about being accused of that? Most of the other YouTubers that used to like dig me out or send me messages, they're now all doing it. Same thumbnails as well. I love it. I love it.
Or that one. Don't forget that one.
Well, you do it on everything now, didn't you?
Yeah, I need to take some more pictures. I mean, I've got like 3
That's
pictures.
like the same
Do you like
picture
this? Do you
used
like
over and over
Yeah,
and
I
over
do need
again.
to take some more
Just
pictures.
go up to the missus and go, babe, on a sandwich.
I've got bad hay fever. Really, really bad hay fever. That's what it is.
I need a few new ones as well, to be fair. Another super chat here from Carlton Conway. He says United should go back in for Gyökeres, do the Spurs double rejection. That's obviously to do with Mbeumo.
The thing is, like, what's happening with him? What has happened with Brian Mbeumo?
Look, I'm gonna
rumbling on for so long. It's like a month since David Ornstein gave us that
we
bomber.
go back in for him?
Nah, not after Kudus.
No, you've already been rejected twice. Why would you?
It's not even about being rejected. Like, Kudus is coming on the right wing.
Forest sign Wisa, Brentford before you sign Mbeumo, Brentford ain't going to sell both of them. There's absolutely no way.
No, I think
What I'm thinking about, if Arsenal are willing to spend over 50 million on Madueke, why aren't they going in for Brian Mbeumo?
Because he's picked.
Because his wages. Madueke is on 50k a week.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Right, he wants
What's Mbeumo
250.
on?
He wants 250 at United.
No, he's not getting
250.
250. He's not getting 250.
That's what he's asked for.
No, he's getting 180, and I'm sticking to that.
And he's getting a lifetime supply. What is it? Of croissants.
Yeah, he's getting lifetime.
He's getting his own locker room.
He gets his own locker room.
What?
Private jet.
Your private jet.
He wants his own locker.
He gets his
Oh, yeah,
tattoo.
Oh right, I was going to say what?
There was Hugh getting ready for a midnight fraudulence, like he's ready to go. But no, look, the deal is frustrating. And I understand why a lot of Man United fans are angry. I banter a few people online, but in reality, I get the anger. At the same time, though, I keep getting called out for it. I know you've got to be accountable for what you say, Terry. I am accountable for what I say. I was screaming for the better part of a decade for us to be far more diligent, far tougher in our negotiations for players. And a lot of people are saying, why are we scrimping over a few million here and a few million there? Well, sometimes in life, you've got to look at the reality of the situation. We ain't got much money. We need to scrimp and scrape at this particular moment. I'm never a fan of overpaying for a player. I estimate that we've overpaid anywhere between 250 to 350 million pound. And that's just against the market value of the players, let alone them not being good enough anyway. And that's one of the reasons we've run out of cash now. So I want us to be, I've asked for this for many years. It would be really hypocritical of me to completely lose my mind over how long it's taken because we're trying to get the payment terms right. And what Ben Jacobs said today is that the third bid, if and when it comes in, won't be much higher than the second bid, but it's more about the add-ons being a little bit more attainable for Brentford rather than anything else. The sales are the most difficult bit for us because, again, I've criticised the team that's doing it for not being good enough, having the authority to get the deals done at the right value quicker. And I am frustrated and they need to improve on that. However, I'd be much angrier if we went, okay, Juve, you can give us the 25 million, but we'll pay half of Sancho's salary. Because then based on what we still owe for him, we lose money this year. And if we lose money, we can't reinvest. So as much as I do want the deals done early, they have to be right. You know, the one thing where I am jealous when I look at your clubs is I know you've got debt on the stadium, but you don't have the financial problems we do, and nor do Arsenal, not to the same degree. And as I said, they're not self-inflicted by the fans, but it's 20 years that the Glazers have done this. And I do think sometimes, as much as people may not have wanted Ineos to come in and they feel that they've got into bed with the Glazers and they've kept us in debt, I understand that. But when it comes to assessing the way the window's operating, I feel we have to assess it in reality. And the reality is, we can't just spend like we used to. That's kind of one of the reasons we're in this hole, partly. So
you've already slapped the majority of the money down anyway. It's only like a couple of million that you're away.
It is, but what's been reported by Laurie Whitwell, Ben Jacobs, and a number of other journalists that I find credible is that United are just trying to be a little more difficult and don't want to be no longer seen as pushovers in the transfer window. And I get that in the short term that is frustrating and it makes Man United fans angry. But I do think in the longer term that's a better way for us to be viewed. A better way for us to, we just talk about Liverpool. Let's put the conspiracy theories aside. There's a reason they get good set prices when they buy and good prices when they sell. They're renowned for being difficult negotiators. Teams like Brighton, teams like Brentford are renowned for getting good fees for players they sell because they're difficult negotiators. So I want my club to be seen like that. In fact, for the last decade, we've been laughed at for the way we've operated. So for me, when people talk about accountability on our opinions as content creators, I can't ask for something for 10 years. And when we start doing it, cry about it straight away. I feel like I have to give it a little bit of time to see how it works over a number of windows before I sit there and personally get angry. I've been asking for it. I think it will leave us in a better situation in future. However, I'll just end by saying I totally get the frustration. As a fan, I want what you guys have had today.
I think the frustration's like a little bit... Like, if you hypothetically get a here we go tomorrow for Buemo, you're on the 11th of July and you've already signed Cunha and Brian and Buemo. Like, it's not doom and gloom. You've signed two of the most...
No, sorry, it is. Sorry.
Really?
Sorry.
You've signed two of the top goal scorers in the Premier League, in two of the top 10, not even in mid-July. You've got all of August, the remainder of July, and early September to fix... How many other positions you probably need? 3 or 4? And you've signed two of the better goal scorers in the Premier League. Let's be honest, Rasmus Højlund and... Who's the other striker? Xerxes are horrendous for Man United. Bringing in Cunha and Buemo before mid-July is not bad business.
No, it's not bad, but I think the urge. Just a little bit. You're saying the reaction from fans is over the top. It's like I grew up with Manchester United being the biggest club in the world.
Yeah, but they're not there anymore, are they?
No, but that's the point. The aim has got to be to get back there, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so to get back there, is this tactic going to work? Is this how we're operating? Do you believe that?
So I think it's a really good challenge, and that's why I understand the frustration. I think the thing for me is we have to get back to the top. But maybe it's because I've resigned myself to the fact that, including mistakes, and we made mistakes last year, which I called out on day one. Keeping Ten Hag should never have happened. It set us back a further year because we sacked him in November, and then we had to start again, and we really started again with new system, everything. The mistake wasn't bringing in Ruben in November. The mistake was keeping Ten Hag in the summer. It set us back, but it's still going to take us 3 or 4 summers, and with the financial restraints, that's even harder. Now, if we didn't have the financial restraints, I think my reaction would be a little bit different. So I do agree with you. We've got to get back to this point. And it's fair. Some people want to remain frustrated and angry every step of that way. They're entitled to it. It's their life. They can do it. I can't do that. I personally can't live like that.
You've been beaten. You've accepted defeat. You've accepted defeat, and you are now more cool with being less great than.
No, it's not that. I'm not.
Make Manchester United great again.
See, I get you. But for me, it's not. I'm not accepting of where we are. I'm not just happy to be there. I think that is a social media kind of phenomenon that if you're not angry, you don't care. I am angry. I'm just essentially, from someone who communicates for a living, I'm pacing myself. And one of the reasons I'm pacing myself is if I look at it this way, if I shout and scream every day, all of us are trying to put a message out of some sort. Some people think we're being a bit pompous when we say that, but you are watching us. We all sit here and communicate and put out a message. If I'm shouting and angry every day, how do people differentiate something that's really serious versus something that's trivial if I'm always angry? I think that's why I like to pace myself when I communicate. Because I have had times when we kept Ten Hag, I was fuming, as an example. When multiple times with the Glazers, I've been fuming, absolutely lost my mind. But I temper myself on it. And again, I'm going to assess the summer at stages. I'm very annoyed that we've not got 3 people in already. I wanted us to have 3 signings in by this point, and we haven't. That doesn't mean I'm accepting of it and I'm not going to demand we get back to the top. But I understand the reality of our situation and how long it's going to take to fix. And just my nature as a person, when new people come in.
Is that including Cunha, those 3 people? Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I wanted 3 by the start of the second week of pre-season as a deadline. We haven't done it, and I'm going to criticise them. Hang on, what's this here?
Madueke, here we go. Oh,
no way.
My days.
No way, really?
Oh my days.
Wow.
Hugh, is it? What are you telling me?
Here we go.
What are you telling me, Hugh?
It's done. It is done, Hugh. Wow, breaking news.
How do you feel about that?
Oh.
No comment. Oh my God. Wowzers. Big wowzers.
50 M's, Hugh.
Oh my days.
Live and direct.
50 mil, yeah? Is it
50 million undisclosed fee.
Chelsea
we make that big screen.
pulled Arsenal's pants down here.
Wow.
They really have pulled Arsenal's pants down.
Arsenal saved me there.
This is incredible.
That is gargantuan. Absolutely massive.
What are your
initial thoughts on that? You can all see it on the screen, people. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you just zoom in so we can just read the actually read what it says?
It says fee in excess of £50 million, including add-ons.
Including add-ons?
I think it is. I hope so.
Wow.
50 mil down the drain. Madueke scores again. Wow.
Arsenal have got their big money winger here through the door.
A genuine, honest question.
Yeah.
Crazy.
There's no like piss taking or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at this signing, and I said this to you earlier when we was in McDonald's, but just for all the viewers and Terry and Ben.
Do you know what I find amazing? We don't waste any time when we're shopping in Chelsea's thrift shop. We don't waste any time. We are haggling over 14p for 7 months with Seshko and Gyökeres, but with this Don,
looking at
deal
Arteta's
done 3 days after the rumours.
Looking at Arteta's transfers, are you questioning his talent ID for forwards? Because your best 2 forwards in the last 3 or 4 years.
Now the window's not done. We're not
Is
wrapping
it
up.
right that Arsenal, Arteta has spent over just 110 million on attackers since he's come in, which has only been Gabriel. Was it Gabriel? And
no, they should not have dropped.
Jesus,
and Madueke.
Jesus and Havertz.
Wow, that is
Havertz and
so your best forwards. Unai Emery was signed under Martinelli, and Saka's an academy graduate. So Arteta's done 60 million on Havertz, 30 million on Trossard, 50 million on Madueke, and 50 million on Gabriel Jesus. Are any of those, it's an open question, obviously Terry, you're an Arsenal fan too, so you can answer this. Is it what are we, that's 200 million on forwards. Now look at what we've done.
Who have you done? What players
50
you
million on Gabriel Jesus, 60 million on Kai Havertz, 30 million on Leandro Trossard, and 50 million on Madueke.
Yeah.
So that's 180 million pounds.
All substandard
with
players.
Add-ons probably accumulates close to 200.
That's 100 million straight in Chelsea's back pocket.
Well, we've done 50 on Johnson, 60 on Solanke, 60 on Kudus. I mean, we spent a lot of money, but anyway, on Arsenal, I mean, I don't get how you've the only explanation is that tomorrow you get a here we go for Gyökeres. That is
No,
the only thing.
explanation is that there's something dodgy going on in the background between Arsenal and Chelsea. There's some sort of brown paper bag being passed or something.
2 years ago for 30 million.
This is not right.
5-year deal.
Arsenal and Chelsea should not be in cahoots like they are. This is disgusting.
I'm a little bit.
Welcome to the arse, my son. Let's get it cracking.
Yeah, look.
Let's get it cracking.
It's massive. Again, just going to reading out the actual tweet here. It says, Noni Madueke to Arsenal. Here we go. Agree feed in excess of 50 million with add-ons included. Green light from Chelsea. Madueke already agreed a 5-year deal at Arsenal 5 days ago, and he is now set to complete the move. The winger leaves Chelsea to join Arsenal. And he's probably not going to play in the Club World Cup final now.
He will. Surely he will.
That's
he
crazy.
Wasn't playing anyway.
This here from Seb says investigate Arsenal. There's no way.
There's got to be some investigation that's going on.
It's a crazy deal.
Every single year. They got Kepa and Madueke this year. Who was it last year? Sterling on loan. The year before it was, who was it? Havertz. The year before? Havertz. You know what I mean? It's every year something's going on between these two clubs.
Do you not think like Chelsea are absolutely pulling the pants down?
100%. Every year they do it.
Like 50 million's a little bit. I mean,
in excess of 50 mil.
But that's
in
it.
excess.
Oh, yeah,
those words are flying out of that tweet to me. Fee agreed in excess of 50 million. But you know what he's done? He's cheeky, isn't he? Fee agreed in excess of 50 mil with add-ons included. I mean, how achievable are those add-ons? All I'm worried about is, look, we're talking about Rodrigo earlier. This 50 mil is the sort of that's the difference of you getting over the line with a couple of players.
Yeah,
this is it. I mean, they're talking they want 100 max. I've heard the most common figure you've heard for Rodrigo is around 90 million euros. That's about 71 million, 72 million. You're only talking about 18 to 20 million pound difference between Rodrigo and Noni Madueke. That's the bit I can't get my head around Arsenal doing this, and viewers would absolutely love your thoughts and feelings on this. Let's go to the comments here that are coming through. This here from Abraham says, Arsenal agenda starts even in the summer. I'm almost certain we buy big Madueke, Rodrigo, Eze, Gyökeres, depth and improvement. Pleasure seeing you boys. Come on, you Gooners.
You know what? This would actually be a really decent signing if it was purely just a Saka backup for like 20, 30 million with an Eze, with a Gyökeres, with these kind of players.
Maybe 50 mil.
But the price tag's just
50 mil is the new 30. It's the new 30. 50 is the new 30.
So now when you look at Gibbs White at 60 million,
cost of living crisis.
It's not bad business Gibbs White now, is it? When you look at it like that.
What did you pay? 60.
Yeah. But we had to trigger the release clause. You've actually gone, there you go, there's 50 mil. Like, we've got no choice. If we want Gibbs White, we've got to pay that.
Why? Yeah, I don't even, I mean, I'm baffled as to
why didn't you go for,
the opening bid should not be 50 mil for Madueke.
Why didn't you go for Kudus either? Like,
Kudus isn't a winger.
Yeah, but he can play on the left. I think he's a bit.
So can Ranieri. He's not a winger, though.
Yeah, but Ranieri, I still think Ranieri's a bit. That's another quick question. Do you sign Eze and Madueke? If you're Ranieri, are you
thinking about what you're doing?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but
he's not a winger again.
No, but okay. So where's his path to the first team? If he's not a winger, and you're looking at Eze's probably going to come in and rotate with Odegaard. Where does he? I know he's obviously 18 and he should, be humble.
Honestly,
turn.
Probably alone. Like at this stage,
but he's only got a year left in his contract.
You're either going on loan. That's fine. Sign a deal and go. If he's that desperate for game time, we're going on like he didn't play, man.
Do you know what I can
he played plenty.
He only played because Saka was injured for so long.
I'm going to put money on it. He signs with Chelsea.
How much?
Ranieri.
What cash? What are we doing anything now?
Yeah, I'll have 50 of you.
Go on then.
Go on, then.
We're witness to that, yeah? 50. Nice. Right.
Wow.
Ranieri, you better sign that contract, buddy.
If Ranieri goes to Chelsea, that is Arsenal firmly in the mud, man. How can you let one of your star boys go?
That will be a different conversation.
That will be
I honestly don't believe that's going to happen. I don't believe that's going to happen.
Isn't there already like a lot of links out there saying?
Yeah, plenty of links. Yeah. He's wearing a sporting top yesterday. People are jumping to all sorts of conclusions, but... No, I'm not convinced at all. We wouldn't do that. We're not that daft. To sign Madueke for 50.
No, you've done it.
No.
It happened.
No, that's half that we wouldn't do it. The other half is you don't let Ranieri go, full stop.
He's a year left. If he's not signing, if he refuses to sign, then what do you do?
Yeah, it's It's crazy. This year.
I don't know, honestly. You got to make him sign. You got to pay the money. Pay the kid the money. He's
but
good.
what if he refuses? Literally flat out refuses.
Lipa Messiah here says that when Eri deal with difficult, he just wants guaranteed minutes, which is understandable. And I suppose that's
it's not going to be minutes at Arsenal.
I don't know how many more minutes you can get as a 17, 18-year-old in the Prem, man. He got 25 games last season.
I get that, but now you're signing Madueke and potentially Eze as well, which
not in his position.
Well, Eze will be a backup to Odegaard potentially.
All right, let that deal happen first. Let that deal happen.
Yeah, but what I'm
first.
saying, if you're looking to bring in these two players, right, that's the minutes that Nwaneri was going to get.
Do you know what?
I hear you, but he's versatile enough to play all over the place.
Well, there's an update here, actually.
Wherever needed.
There's an update.
And more to the point, as a kid, surely that's what you should be wanting.
There's an update.
I get that.
There's an update here that says that Arsenal's bid is actually 40 million plus 10, so the base is going to be around 40. Does that make you feel better, Hugh?
No.
I guess not really. Maybe a little bit. 2% more.
So that's 115 million quid you've done in the window so far.
Crazy.
No, more than that, because you paid 60 for Zubimendi, didn't you?
No, 51. Relax. 51 for
Probably some
Zubimendi.
dodgy add-ons as well, like 10 million if.
And 50 for Madueke.
8 appearances, like 10 million quid or something.
Yeah, that's a madness. Still, Arsenal fans, let us know how you're feeling. Let us know
He's
what's
still
going through your
young.
minds.
He's still young. He's gonna have resale value, regardless of what happens with him at the club. And maybe he'll be hungry to prove people wrong.
There's no 50 million resale value there.
On Madueke?
Yeah.
There might be, man. There might be. He's only 23.
I just can't see him even like play. Where's he going to play? Is he going to just play off the left?
He came out of our academy, didn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Spurs. He's a Spurs player as well. He's Spurs through and through.
Isn't there because he played for PSV?
He's not actually homegrown.
Yeah, he's not actually homegrown.
homegrown.
Yeah, he's not. How mad is that today? Isn't Morgan Gibbs White an
count
Arsenal
homegrown.
Academy graduate?
Is he?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I know he was at Wolves.
I didn't know that.
No, I think originally
Well, I
he
was
was.
working
Wasn't he
at
at
Wolves,
Arsenal growing up?
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure Gibbs White played at Arsenal Academy and Madueke played at Tottenham Academy, and they found his way to each other.
Well, Fabrizio got that scoop as well. Nothing from Ornstein yet. I mean, it's going to happen. Very rarely the here we goes not happen.
How often do you reckon that they're like just their teams must cross wires all the time about who's posting what at what time?
I don't think they.
In the space of about 30 seconds, both of them tweet normally.
I don't think Ornstein wants to be. My view is, and I respect to them both, I think Fabrizio wants to be first. Ornstein wants to be absolutely right. I think Ornstein's whole thing
How
is.
often's Romano wrong though?
I don't think it's about being wrong. I think sometimes when there's a here we go, you might get a club tweet him and go, it hasn't happened yet. And
Right.
I think Ornstein likes it where when he says it, he wants no comeback, if that makes sense. Where I think Fabrizio is just like his things about being
That's
first.
because he's been burnt before.
Yeah. A lot of listen. I spoke to a journalist
He
once.
wasn't in the Arsenal Academy. I just made that up.
He wasn't.
No.
Just Wolves.
Some Ben
Just
Jacobs
Wolves,
news,
yeah.
I
Terry.
thought so. Sorry.
Ben Jacobs news. I understand Liverpool have refused to engage with Bayern over Luis Diaz.
Wow.
No formal bid received, zero engagement or encouragement from Liverpool other than outlining their position. Liverpool have no plans to allow Bayern to present or discuss any bid.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's going to get ugly soon.
Well, I mean, Liverpool not letting him go is interesting because normally when a player wants out, they will accommodate it because they don't want to carry someone that doesn't want to be there. Hugh seems. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I will need a big R. In the
love
chat
and direct here.
because Hugh is not himself right now.
What
people.
a lineup.
Yes, it's a legendary lineup.
And he's just retweeted his tweet saying Arsenal expected to approach Crystal Palace to formally discuss Eberechi as a
But
Palace.
this is what Arsenal
and
need.
it's separate deals.
That's what I want to see.
But this is what Arsenal now need to do. Arsenal needs to get Eze and Gyökeres done. Here we go.
Yep.
Bombers, Jacobs Crackers. They've got to be done quick.
Jacobs.
No, this is what.
like
Do you know what?
Done quick.
They've been smart. If you think about what they've done in terms of the release process, right? We're just.
Morale's down and
Yeah, that's it. Slowly drip feed them. You get a little Kepa,
Do-
then you get a Norgard, then you get something you knew about 6 months ago in a Zubimendi, then get the Madueke out of the way, and then it's boom.
you always-
Here's the big deals.
Have you-
Sign Gyökeres, goals,
that's-
Rodrigo's, wingers,
that's what you're doing.
Eze.
Trophies.
I'm
That's how
telling
do
you.
it, and then everybody forgets. Everybody then forgets
About
a
the
little bit
Madueke.
about the Madueke
Yeah,
one.
of course.
You don't want to do
That's
Madueke last.
It's almost like you've been doing this quite a long time, isn't it?
They know exactly what
No,
they're
it's
doing.
true. No, they do, and that's the way they'll do this here. That'll be the PR element. You'll get them done, and then suddenly you'll be seeing pre-season. You'll go, oh, I forgot that we had Madueke. But
But
yeah,
realistically, he's
crazy.
coming in to replace what? A Raheem Sterling. They can't really do much worse.
Or Trossard, yeah.
I think Trossard. I think that deal is going to be done very soon.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there's someone else coming in there. Whether that's an Eze or who else there is.
Live on there.
Oh, camera.
That's really cool.
I like that. I've never seen one of them before. But that's what Arsenal got to go get them deals done now. They've just got to do it. It will take the blow away. You ever seen The Office, the original Office with Gervais?
Yeah.
And he comes out, you know, when they're all getting made redundant. And he comes out and goes, good news and bad news. And he says, the bad news is some of you are going to be redundant. What's the good news? I got a promotion. That's what's really important. Is if you're going to release bad news, get it like, oh, I should have done the good news first. No, there's just bad news and irrelevant news. You really got to do that. So
tomorrow's going to be a big day in the transfer window.
Yeah.
Today's been a big day. Madueke to the arse.
Absolutely. And remember, people,
Morgan Gibbs-White. Yeah, look at you. You can't stop looking at pictures of him.
Wolves have got a 10% sell-on clause.
Sell-on clause, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few of them coming in as well. Look, I want to give a big shout out to our title sponsors tonight, Match Bingo. You can sign up and play now. When you deposit £5, you go into the private game this Sunday for the Club World Cup final, where you can win up to £350. Plus, you go into the entry to win one of these bad boys, a mystery shirt from Mystery Jersey King. So get yourself signed up right now by clicking the link that's in all of our descriptions. What's this say? Scored less goals than Werner in the last 2 years. No way. No.
Someone quickly check that.
I'll check this. Who, Madueke?
Yeah, there's apparently got less goals.
In how many years?
The last 2 seasons.
I know that if he's being bought as an impact sub,
So Madueke
in the last 2 seasons.
Last season.
Yeah, but in the last 2 seasons as a sub, he's got
12
4 goal contributions
just as a sub.
as a sub. So I worry about his impact off the bench, if I'm honest. But, you know, I'm starting to think he'll be starting at this rate. 50 mil plus is
starting.
quite a big outlay.
He's going to be your starting left winger.
No, let's not entertain that yet. Let's just let the window play out. There's plenty of business still to be done.
Yeah, but Arsenal have got their man. Arsenal have got their big signing.
Stop it. Just because you've made 2 signings. Where were you 48 hours ago? Where were you?
Your man.
Where are you? Let's be having you.
This here from Fresh AFC says Madueke will be a Saka backup and Martinelli and Trossard will leave. I hope Eze and Rodrigo join, so you have 2 players on each wing. Waneri will be the Odegaard backup.
I like that. I like that man's thinking. Whoever that was, big yourself up.
Big up, big up. A super chat here from TH14. He says Pedro Neto 60 million versus Madueke for 50 million. Ain't that bad? It's crazy, man. Was he Casemiro there? Oh yeah, he's not looking as fat this year. He looked really fat last year when he came back.
That can't be it. That's got to be edited.
No, I think it's just the angle, isn't it? It's an angle.
His head's got like a head here, like that's got to be edited.
Maybe no, but he did look like Boss Man last year, didn't he? That is crazy.
Man United's striker list, short list is still Gyökeres, Osimhen, Moise Kean.
Hasn't Osimhen joined Galatasaray?
Didn't he just score like 20 goals for Fiorentina?
He did 19 goals. I looked it up. Don't want him still.
So basically that's saying your transfer targets is Moise Kean.
Yep.
United are targeting him. That's crazy, man. But enjoyed tonight, gents. Enjoyed tonight. It was good fun.
Yeah, likewise, lads.
All again next week, my friend.
Yes, all again next week. We'll be live. I think it's going to be Wednesday next week at around 9 p.m. If George can get here on time. We're a little bit late going live. But thank God we were, actually. As we'd all be stranded when the big news broke. And we wouldn't be able to celebrate Madueke with our dear friend Hugh Izzy. So...
Shameless. Absolutely shameless.
Well, us or Arsenal's...
I will be here. Listen, I would have celebrated that United transfer with you recently, but I didn't know who he was. Yeah, this one. No. Your new left back. Who's your new left back?
Oh, the kid we signed.
What's his name?
Leon.
Leon who?
Leon.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, Leon's his surname.
Exactly.
Leon.
I thought that was a fast food chain, wasn't it, Leon?
I had a Leon today. That's why
Now that we've got that deal out of the way, hopefully next week we'll be celebrating
Look at
a different quality, a different calibre.
On the football terrace. Put in the copium emoji. Put in the copium emoji, people. Put it in. Listen, hit the like button before you leave. Make sure you are subscribing. A big shout out to Match Bingo. Great game of darts tonight. Hugh obviously coming out on top. Get yourself signed up and play their game now. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Peace.